Hi here, Finn's here. I am back for another video, and today it's a quick little video on this because obviously the news today in the world of Eurovision is that the news that Russia will not compete in this year's Eurovision Song Contest due to what's been going on with Russia and Ukraine at the moment. Russia invading Ukraine, and the EBU has made their decision to not allow Russia or any Russian act to perform at this year's Eurovision Song Contest in Turin, Italy this year. I'll read you the statement that the EBU has given us. It goes like this. The Executive Board of the EBU made the decision following a recommendation earlier today by the Eurovision Song Contest governing body. The reference group, based on the rules and the event of values of the EBU. The reference group recommendation was also supported by the EBU's television committee. The decision reflects concerns that, in light of the unprecedented crisis in Ukraine, the inclusion of a Russian entry in this year's contest would bring the competition in dispute. Before making this decision, the EBU took time to consult widely among its membership. The EBU is the EBU is a politically member organisation of broadcasters committed to upholding the values of public service. We remain dedicated to protecting the values of a cultural competition which promotes international exchange and understanding, bringing audiences together, celebrates diversity through the music, and unites Europe on one stage. And yes, it has been a really tough subject to talk about this, because you kind of should really not get political with what's been going on in the world. This is a music contest, and Eurovision is all about not getting political, mainly. And sadly, this does have to bring into context. Obviously, this is very upsetting. It's unfortunate that we have to remove a country from this year's Eurovision because of what's been going on and that. And you do have to feel like what happened to Belarus last year. I feel sorry for some of the artists from that country, like Russia. Some of the Russian artists, I should say, you kind of feel sorry for, that are not a part of this and not a part and don't agree on war and don't agree with this and not in control. You kind of feel sorry for the artists that won't get the chance to perform on the Eurovision stage. But, you know, things had to happen, and this, obviously, what we're going through at the moment is very serious. You know, it's nothing to laugh about. This is very serious, and you've really got to take this in consideration of what's really been happening with Russia invading Ukraine, and this is people's lives matter now. You know, people are dying in Ukraine, and people, you know, Ukrainian people loads have been killed because the Russians invading Ukraine at the moment. It's very serious, and you know the EBU had to do something about it, and you know, and they had to put something. They had to do something, and I guess it was always going to be a challenge for the EBU to say, okay, this is Eurovision, this is not connected to this, but they had to do something about it at the end of the day, because other countries, like the Finnish broadcaster, was threatening to withdraw if Russia was going to compete, so that was kind of also big news. So it's just a tough subject to talk about. Mainly, I think maybe something had to be done, and I guess this probably was the right decision in a way. Obviously, this is obviously with Ukraine. What's happening in Ukraine at the moment is very sad. May I say, my heart goes out for all the people that are living in Ukraine and all the Ukrainians around the world going through this as well. My heart goes out for you, and hopefully we'll all get through this. It's just unfortunate, and I try not to get political on my channel. It's just hard, you know. It's so tough. It's a tough situation. It's, you know, to talk about, you know, all this nonsense. It's just really like, it's so hard, you know, not to have like this, go through all this, you know. It's unfortunate. I think, you know, I think this will, I think a lot of people are very happy for Ukraine's sake, and, you know, about this, because this is something serious. This should not happen, you know, and obviously it's just something really upsetting, and it's a shame in a way we have to lose one country from the contest because of this. It's a shame, but something had to be done, and I think it may have been the right decision, because it just, you know, it just wouldn't feel right to have a country going to Eurovision when all this is happening in the world, and what's happening with Ukraine and Russia together. It's just, I think, yeah, it's a tough one to talk about. It's really hard to talk about this, really, because we don't really want to talk about this when it comes to Eurovision, but something had to happen. I guess this had to happen, unfortunately. So yeah, it's just a really tough place at the moment. But anyway, we can go through this, we can go past this now. Hopefully, you know, obviously war is still continuing. Hopefully Ukraine, this war will eventually come to an end, and hopefully something will come out of this. It's just really sad always watching the news and seeing these stories about Ukraine. It's really upsetting to watch, and, you know, I hope Ukraine can still go to Eurovision and compete, and yes, and that's it. That's all I have to say about the scenario that my opinions about. Obviously, I think the EBU has made the right decision, and I think a lot of people are quite happy about this decision. I think it was for the best. But anyway, what do you think? Comment down below and like and subscribe this video. I will be back for more content very soon. Goodbye, people.